Hi, it's Mark Lowe with Kentucky Tennessee Research. I want to revisit weekend research project number 3, which is about the Appleton's Cyclopedia. And I want to hear a little bit about what you found and update. So join me now as I give you those instructions. Well, thanks for staying with me. And I want us to talk just a little bit about the assignment, weekend assignment number 3 that we talked about, which was Appleton's Cyclopedia of American Biography. What I want you to do is hopefully you've had a chance to work at that. If not, here's the links again. It's available on Ancestry.com. That's the lower link. Or it's also available if you don't have access to Ancestry either through a home subscription or a library. You can always go to the same set of books at Haughty Trust. That's the address at the top there. This is Appleton's Cyclopedia of American Biography that was edited by Wilson and Fisk. It's available even in perhaps your local research library. So you may want to actually go look at the paper copies. And there were a couple of volumes of it, and depending on how you want to access it. If you access it through Ancestry.com, then this is the landing page for that link that I've given you. And it's got a wide range. Remember that all of the biographies aren't accurate, as in many things that we do. The possibility exists for that, and that's part of what we're looking at these resources. You can search by location, by dates, by surname if you want to look for a particular person, or I suggest that if you haven't done this before, search by location, like a state. So you could actually search for somebody from a particular state or a county and state, and then find a person that interests you. Actually go then to the image and find the individual. And then once you find that individual, then I want you to do some basic research, and hopefully you've done that. I want you to look at the census records to fit what information, so you can actually find them in some other records. I want you to confirm if it mentions family members. I want you to look at a record to see if you can confirm or determine who the family members are. Basically, follow some of the historical events that might be mentioned in their lifetime, and can you place that subject at the event? And that's often the case where we might have some discrepancies of if somebody wrote a biography about somebody in the past, they might have assumed that they were at some historical event when they might not have been. And that's part of the things that we do things like fact-checking for. Then while you're doing this, can you think of any other great resources that would help you finding out more about this person that you've chosen to research, and just do a summary of your findings? Now, just who, basically, if you tell me who it is that you researched, or little notes about them, you can put those down in the comments down below right here on YouTube. And if you're watching this same summary somewhere else, you can also comment on my Facebook page and let me know a little bit more about what you found, interesting topics, that sort of thing. Now, if you go at this through the Haughty Trust link, by the way, it looks a little different. You actually can pull up the images, and you can search in this text, within the body of the book, the name, and that's how you'll find it. You can search for a location, etc. So again, whether you're searching through Ancestry, through Haughty Trust, or some other option, there are other options for this as well, then I want you to share a little bit about what you're finding. I do want you to make note that there are different volumes or different publication years, and that there's a difference there were revisions in the second publication. So the one that was published in 1888 of the same person that I started with, it has different information. So in fact, that might be one of the things that you identify and share, is what are the difference in the two different publication of the biographies over the years. It's kind of fun, don't you think? It's interesting to note that there could be a difference. Now, highlighted in red, remind you again, not all the biographies that are found may be accurate, and that's almost every resource we ever encounter. There is the possibility that something could be wrong, but this is the point now. As we learn about a new resource and play with it, and I know some of you have already done this, and I appreciate that, and all I'm asking of you now is that you'll share within the comments some of the even people that you research, it doesn't have to be family, if you found something, and maybe some general notes about this. And that way, it'll help all of us. Okay? Simple thing. Takes a little time, but it's worth every effort. I guarantee you, if you play with every resource, with just every resource that you encounter like this, as it new, practice, learn about it, and then use it as a research tool, you'd be much better off, okay? So remember the basic information we're trying to collect and share that with me. And remember, that was weekend project number 3. So if you need to go back, I shared all the details here. You don't have to go back and watch it. I really want you to tell me more about what you thought about this. And I'd like to know some of the ideas of people that you might have researched in this biography a little bit that we can share in an updating video about how we would use this even more. I don't know about you. I'm excited. I enjoyed this. This is a great resource. So thanks for staying with me this long. If you're not a subscriber and you're interested in knowing when we put up something new, there'll be new things going up all summer, fall, winter. Really focusing on doing lots of things that you want to hear about and that I want to learn about too. So share your notes with me, and thanks for participating. Thank you for listening to us, and more importantly, go check out that resource.